Welcome everyone to the. What are you looking at?
What?
I feel like it's fine. Don't worry about it. Welcome to the State of the Game stream.
What did I do?
For March 2nd, 2017. I appreciate you all being here. No, it's just I looked at the screen and like you're looking at me like I had some. Do I have something on my face?
No, you don't.
You sure?
You're good. You're all right. That's fine.
So you see a little bit of news down there. We're going to talk about what's going on today. We had a maintenance today. A couple of things in there.
Yeah, with the maintenance, yeah.
A few people were logging in and like, my Deadeye isn't working anymore. We had talked about these things coming for a while. Deadeye specifically has been fixed. For some people that might feel like it's broken if you were using things like a red dot sight and that sort of thing. But it will only work with zoomed in scopes now.
Yeah, yeah. We announced that after PTS4, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's a change we wanted to do, but apparently didn't make it in the build for the release. So we now put the change in this maintenance. So now Deadeye is going to work the way we wanted it to work, which is only with zoom scopes.
Yeah. So if you don't know if like your scope is a zoom scope or not, I think that applies to only ones that have overlays.
Yeah.
All right. That's the easy way to tell. Dark Zone experience also fixed today. It was just the experience amount was broken.
Yeah, there was something broken with the experience amount. So yeah, you would get like, I don't know how many times more XP than what you should normally get, which is a bit of an issue because then you can just like get max rank way faster than the way it's supposed to be.
Goldliner was just saying Deadeye sucks though. Why nerf it? Deadeye definitely did not suck. With an SVD, you could pop someone pretty quick.
I'm sure some people in chat would disagree with you because I've seen a few people already saying remove Deadeye from the game, it's OP and stuff. So
yeah, I mean.
There's always both sides.
So one of the things I've been seeing a lot is when are we going to get an exotic? This is off topic because I don't have this on my list. But I think the community is going to start a petition for us to have an exotic bolt action sniper rifle. I'm all for it.
That would be cool.
I would love an M44 that does something cool. Again, the feedback and suggestions part of the forums is a good place to put that. If you have cool ideas, throw them at us. Maybe I should do that too. All right, so of course, with an update like as big as the last standard 1.6 update was, there are issues. I would love to say we live in a utopian world where there are no issues. And one day.
One day.
Please. All right, extended mags, what's the story with those, Yannick?
Yeah, so we've been looking at, a lot of people said that the extended mags were not fixed, even though the patch note says that they're fixed. So basically what is happening is that we used to have, so there is an overlap between all the extended mags. So when you get a level 33 extended mag versus a level 32, the range of the bonus is actually overlapping between the two of them. So the level 33 can go higher, the max roll is higher than the max roll of level 32, but the range can still overlap. So you can still get a 33 that has a lower stat than a 32. That's by design, that's how it's meant to be. When we introduced the level 34, a lot of people were upset to get level 34 mags that would actually have an overlap with 33 because they thought that when they get a 34, it should always be better than a 33. So what we did, and that's what we call the fix in this update, is we removed the overlap, which means that you can no longer have a level 34 that we roll a bonus that is lower than a level 33. That is not possible anymore.
Good.
But we did not increase the max roll of a level 34, which means that right now, your level 34 is going to roll something between, 108 and 111, I think, is the bonus. Yes. And that is by design. That is how it's meant to be, because normally it used to be between like something like 95 and 111. Since we remove all the overlap, and the max roll of a 33 is 107.5, I believe, something like that.
I'm pretty sure.
Now you don't have that anymore, so you're sure when you roll a 100 or a 34, you're sure to roll something between 108 and 111, which is always going to be better than a level 33. That's how it's meant to be. Now the issue we have is that there are legacy extended mags.
Yeah, someone was just asking about that. But I have a 114% mag. I've got a 116.
Yeah, there are. It says 120 in game. No, it doesn't. No, but it doesn't. There's a confusion also because there's, of course, data mining files that are running around in the community, and they say that the bonus goes from, I can't remember, something to 121 for 33 and something to 124 for 34. This is not accurate. These are not the accurate values. I don't know how they reach these numbers, but these are not the numbers you get in the game. So I think there's confusion with that. But yes, I have an extended mag with 117. Yes, Camila Coda. There are legacy mags that are, I think, level 32 and maybe some 33 as well, but do have higher bonuses than that.
Yes.
So it is possible that you have an old mag that still has a better bonus than the max roll you can get on a 34. That's something we're aware of. Are we going to do something about it, and what are we going to do? I don't know yet, but at least I can confirm that the rolls on level 34 and level 33 and all of that right now are working as intended. It's just that we have old mags that are kind of messing up with all of that.
But so there may be something done with those old mags. People are looking into that right now.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
All right.
Again, I don't know what the answer will be, if that means that we have to reduce the bonus of the legacies or increase the max bonus of the 34. But you have to keep in mind, if one day we want to increase world tiers, that means that potentially level 35, level 36 will also have to follow the same logic. So we have to be careful if we're talking about increasing the bonus of 34. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Perfect. All right. The other thing that got added in 1.6 that a lot of people have been talking about is monetization.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's been a lot of conversation around that, and I think it makes sense for us to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, of course. It's just we know that monetization is always a big topic with community when you bring in monetization.
People are very split. Lots of people are like, yeah, that's really cool. I can buy stuff if I want to, and other people are not so excited about it.
So yeah, exactly. So we know that this is not necessarily the most popular thing, but that's something that's very important to us. And again, the most important part is that we are committed to only bring vanity in there, make sure that this is nothing that would break the game, that would change the balance between the players, and then it's really just up to you to decide if you want to actually buy anything there or not. And yeah. I wanted to say something else, but I forgot what I wanted to say. Yeah, the idea for us is that we want to give more options for people, and we know that, for example, the outfits that we put for sale as DLC packs in the past were very successful. Some people liked the idea of being able to spend money and get more options. So that's something we want to do, but we want to make sure it does not impact the production of the game. So that's why monetizing it also is a way for us to make sure that it goes it's self-sustainable. Without impacting the production.
Someone was saying that they love the idea, but it's too expensive for them.
The pricing it's always up for debate.
Those things may evolve over time. Again, do let us know what you think all the time. We want to hear what you have to say. If it's great, if it's bad, but just talk to us. That's the thing. We sometimes, especially when a big update comes out like this, we see a lot of conversation that surrounds the game as to I don't like this. That's okay, and that's totally fine. But what we need from you as part of this community, not experiment, but this whole community dynamic, is that we need to talk about it, so Yannick and I can do our jobs better. Because, for example, when Yannick and I go around the office and we're like, people don't like this. And they're like, why? And we're like, we don't know.
But they don't like it.
No, exactly. So just help us out. And this is why I like doing these streams. This is why reading the forums and other conversational platforms is really good for us. So just keep doing that. On the monetization topic, premium credits for Xbox One users. There was an issue. Sorry.
I thought the door was
the door is actually, Peter, you can jump around and no, that's fine. The door was
like somebody's coming and firing me already.
It's a terrible door. No,
you talked about monetization. How dare you? You're out.
Get rid of him. The premium credits for Xbox One users.
Yes. So the issue has been fixed. So that's the issue that we've had. One of the reasons why we had to delay or extend the maintenance so much on Tuesday was because of the premium credits on Xbox One. We finally decided to reopen Xbox One without the premium credits available. They've been made available this morning with the maintenance, the weekly maintenance that we did. If you purchased premium credits on the Xbox Store before we made them available, you will receive them, but it may take a bit of time because apparently there's some extra processing that needs to be done. So don't panic if you buy premium credits and if there is a delay before you receive them in the game, they will arrive. You can still contact support, of course, if you want to be sure, but they will arrive.
Yep. So for people who are on Xbox, because we actually had this in chat a lot today and yesterday, people saying, I own the DLC or I own the Season Pass, but when I get in the game it says it's offline, I can't get into Last Stand.
Yep.
How do people fix that?
So it could be, like for some people it's actually really an issue, but for many people it's just make sure that you actually activated the DLC. So what you need to do is you need to go in the game management thing or manage game option. So when you press start on your game tile, you have manage game somewhere, and then you can basically see the DLCs that are available. So you will see Last Stand, and you need to activate it or to download it, or I can't remember, but there is an option to basically activate this thing. And you need to do that first because that's basically going to trigger the ownership and tell the game, confirm the game that you actually own it. So make sure you did that. When you do that, then make sure also that you've restarted your Xbox, because it could be that you need to restart it for it to properly be taken into account. And then if after you did that, it still says that it's offline or that you don't own it, then you should contact our support team and they will have to have a look at it.
Yep.
But it's important to do these first steps because a lot of people don't know about it, and therefore it's not just about going into the game. You actually have to activate the DLC.
Okay. Other issues, Dx12 Stutter for PC users.
Yes. There is an issue for PC users right now with Dx12 where you're going to have a lot of stuttering in the game. So just wanted to let you guys know this is something we're fully aware of, we're working on. We have a fix that is actually in development right now for this issue, because I've seen a lot of people already in chat mentioning it. So yeah, it's annoying.
All right. I'm seeing a lot, again, we've talked about it before, a lot of people saying loudly, and you should, server lag and those sorts of things. Again, those are we are still and always will be investigating those types of issues because we want the performance to be as good as it can be.
Yeah.
Part of that is a lot of frustration on your guys' part, and I totally understand. There will be people out there that don't have great connections. If you do have a great connection, and you're still experiencing issues with the division specifically, then those are the types of people we need to speak to. I did say last week, actually, when Yannick bailed on me, that I was speaking to, I know, man, you got to stop doing that, that the server guys, obviously, they're looking at all of the things to find out what's going on and if there's anything we can do to make it better. But for people who maybe have, I mean, I myself, my internet connection is like terrible at home. Turning off VoIP can help. Again, I'm not saying that that's a great end-all solution, but if you want to try that out, it could be worth your time. But we're aware. We're totally aware that this is an issue, and we won't stop working on it.
But the important part with lag, especially this kind of issue with lag, is we are aware that you guys are reporting issues with that. It's very important that you try to be as precise as you can when you're reporting lag issue, because like a lot of people are calling many things lag, and it can be linked to or due to many reasons. So it's very important that when you're talking about lag, you try to be as precise as possible in describing what kind of lag, where you were, what platform you're on, which like country and stuff.
Is it rubber banding? Is it like what is?
What kind of lag experience also is it? Because lag is a very tricky thing to investigate. So
someone's asking about Last Stand leaderboards. I love the idea. We don't have those on the cards right now that I know of. Again, that's a question more for Redstorm, but I think those would be cool.
Somebody is asking about NPC accuracy, if it's really been fixed, because I've seen some people saying that NPC accuracy is still insane. When we said we fixed the NPC accuracy, we meant that there was a bug where the accuracy of all NPCs would be like completely crazy. And what we did is we fixed it so that like NPCs don't have 100% accuracy anymore. But you have to keep in mind that the better the NPC, like if it's like a red bar versus a veteran or versus an elite, the better accuracy they get. So for example, if you're playing legendary mode, it's very likely that the NPCs are still going to have very good accuracy because there's a lot of elites in there. So that's also something to keep in mind when we're talking about the accuracy fix. Not all NPCs are equal in terms of accuracy. So now we put it back to where it should normally be. Now maybe it's still too high. I see people like trolling, you just changed from 100% to 99%. Maybe it's too high, maybe it's something we need to look at. But yes, the fix was to bring it back to what it was supposed to be, but edits are always supposed to have very high accuracy, or that was the intended design at least.
All right. If you guys have been looking at your calendars, you will have noticed that next Wednesday is the 1-year anniversary of the division. We will be here on Wednesday. There'll be more information to come probably next week about what that will be. We'll be here next Wednesday to kind of celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the division.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
It'll be fun. We'll probably have a chance to hang out with you guys, and we can kind of remember some things and maybe other stuff.
So Wednesday.
Is that enough?
Don't
I don't
miss
want
it.
to. I don't want to get the HR
Don't miss
snipers.
it on Wednesday. You won't want to miss it.
You won't want to miss it. All right, that's cool. What? Also, yeah, the other thing.
So yeah, the new thing.
There is a trial version of the
Yes.
division now. Now, I mean, I assume that many of you out there own the division. It's probably pretty accurate. Let's say 95% of chat owns the division, plays the division. Maybe 99%. I don't know. Maybe more.
They don't play anymore because game is dead, remember?
True. Well, if you sold your account, you can play again for free. The trial version is available. I think if you go to like the store on Xbox or PS4, there'll be a prompt to grab a trial.
Yeah, if you just basically go to the game on Xbox One or PS4, yes, you go to the division and then you will have try for free. So you can basically try it for free. And on PC, you will have to go on Uplay.
Yeah.
It's not on Steam, but on Uplay. If you go in the games, and then there is a free games tab. If you go in there, you will find the division trial.
Sure. So you can do that, and you can play up to level 8 and
Up to level 8 or 6 hours.
6 hours. Cool.
So yeah, if you haven't tried the game yet, which maybe we have people in the chat that haven't tried it.
That's true.
Or if you have friends that never tried it, you can get them to play the trial.
That's the way to do it.
What's important is that you can play with them. It's the same version of the game, so you can actually play with them.
Oh, that's cool.
But be careful, because if you power level them too fast and they reach level 8, then the trial is over for them.
All right, I did say last week that I would do a build of the week segment, and some people on the forums did do that, and thank you. It's very, very cool. Before I move on and tell you who did that, I'm going to tell you that I'll be sending out, or more likely probably Peter will be sending out one of these dog tags. Oh yeah, check it out.
Oh, yeah.
To our build of the week author. If you want to be in the draw next week, just go to the forums. It's in the tactics and strategies, I think that's what it's called, sub-forum, and then there's like builds, and then you'll see ones that have a tag BOTW, build of the week. And I think Gabe's in that forum bit, so he'll let you know if you're in the right place or not. It might look like Breath of the Wild, but it's build of the week. Man, I'm so excited.
I need to comment on medkits because
MEDKITS.
people say medkits should not be affected by electronics. Medkits don't do enough or don't heal enough because you change the health. Medkits heal a percentage of your health, no matter how much health you have. So the change to health we did, and electronics and whatever, has no impact on medkits at all.
Okay.
So it's a misconception.
All right.
Just saying.
I mean, people aren't wrong to notice that healing overall is less in 1.6 as intended. Like you will need to specialize more into electronics to get a really good heal, and I think it's kind of tied up in all
For
of
the
that
first
whole
stage,
thing.
but not for
No,
the
exactly. But I think the
Yeah.
whole healing, whether it comes from medkits or
Yeah,
healing,
yeah.
is part of the whole
Yeah.
healing discussion.
So if like you guys are talking about a bug with medkit, or if you think that medkit doesn't heal enough, that's something I can understand. But I just want to make it clear that don't think that medkit has been nerfed because we changed electronics, or medkit has been nerfed because we increased health, because that's not the case. Medkit is healing a percentage of your health, no matter how much health you have. So
there you go. Wow, so a lot of
you
people.
guys are funny.
Someone says a lot of unhappy people about health and no comment. Health has changed.
What should we comment on health?
I don't know. What specifically about health has changed? I also, this always is the kind of feeling that I have after an update is, and it's not wrong to feel it because the game does feel different to how it did in 1.5. Not gonna sugarcoat it. It does feel different. It can be a little bit like alienating. Like you pick it up again and you're like, what's happening? And then the immediate reaction is, I don't like that change. I think there are a lot of really positive changes. So 1 year anniversary next Wednesday. We will be here and we will talk about that. All right, we got to go.
We have to stop it.
I know.
All right.
We won't stop, and let's just do it.
Goodbye.
Peter, turn it off. Turn it off.